Hey guys, it is Tuesday. Living the dream every day. We got wind. So I needed to address Walt because he asked me, how do you do it, right? So in 2014, I was killed on my motorcycle. We got wind. And basically what happened is my butt came up and touched the back of my head. And the bike came up and split me open. My pelvis was destroyed. I'm going to sit here because there's some wind. Oh. So it's been 8 years. 8 years since I was on a table full of drugs, feeling sorry for myself. What else? So the pelvis, my spine, they took out T7, they put posts in my spine. My right knee spun around, so all the ligaments are gone. I broke my right ankle. Sternum broken, dislocated both shoulders. This clavicle was broken. Broke 10 ribs, both hands pretty much smashed, and I have pins in them and they hurt. So I've been in pain for the last 8 years, every day, 24 hours a day. Never find comfort anywhere. Like sleeping is impossible. But I'm not on any drugs. None. Sometimes I'll take aspirin here and there or whatever, or if I get headaches. But yeah, so I was in bed for like a year, and I had a friend of mine take me into his house, and then I couldn't stay. It's not like I got paid, you know. They paid for my bike, and that's it. And I'm a veteran, so I get a little something for being a vet. And I ended up in the homeless shelter. And I remember waking up, and my first thought was, when can I go to bed? And just drift into the table full of drugs. Because they'll let you drift into the table full of drugs. And they'll send you the therapy, which is pretty much worthless. You get on the machines and you move your leg. I mean, come on. So I made a decision not to disappear into a table full of drugs. I studied while I was in bed for the personal trainer exam and passed, because we are the ones responsible for our well-being. So meditation and move. Get out there, find a pool. Well, like you're in Laguna Beach, find somewhere. Laguna Beach pool. It's got to be somewhere. And meditate more. I meditate all day long now. It's like my last video, I said I meditate for an hour. I walk around and I meditate. That's it. There's like no other choice now. So I got myself out of the homeless shelter and got on a plane. Went to Europe, saw some of Europe alone. Then I went to Nepal, walked up to Everest Base Camp alone, which is probably not the best idea in the world because, you know, I was going through just recovering physically, mentally, all of it, meditating. That's where I got the dorje. That's where the art comes from. So that dorje is a direct representation of, you know, my well-being and my healing. And, you know, when people say, I can't do this, you can't do that, blah, 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 that's not true. There's always a way. How do you think people get to the peak of Mount Everest? Like, there is a way to do everything. I've been through so much, and you want to tell me that, no, this isn't, that isn't possible? Come on. I mean, yeah, there's people are suffering physically, mentally. My friend Matt Zabas, you know, he has physical limitations, and he's suffering right now, like really bad. He was an incredible artist, still is, but he's had limitations. His art is on my Discord. He makes incredible art out of just raw materials, builds bikes just from raw materials, bending materials, putting up installations, tattoos, drawings, paintings, you name it, just whatever. He was amazing. So the year after I got better, started walking, I lost two friends. Mike Bozzoni, I had been living with him before my homelessness. He got killed on his motorcycle. My friend Peter Chow got killed on his motorcycle too, like within months of each other. So it's been a fun journey, but bought a sailboat here, and I've been single-handed sailing alone for the last 4 or 5 years, which probably isn't the smartest idea because it's dangerous. I mean, out there alone on the hook, living on the anchor, which I'll be doing in another 3 or 4 weeks if things don't drastically improve. So Walt, man, get in a pool somewhere, start moving. More meditation. Share the information. I need you guys to like and subscribe and all that, but if we don't share, then the word doesn't get passed. So please find 2 people. I got people from Nepal in the Discord. We're going to go to Everest again, and we're going to help those lodges that are now part of the program on our way to Everest. We got the sailing program. The NFTs will act as your coupon or your token to be part of the club, to come sailing with us, to go to Everest with us. It's going to be amazing. I got 7 whitelist tokens out there now for like $25, which is ridiculous. Find Big Brother Walt, buy that token of his for 1111 ETH and see what happens. See what happens. What else? Ukraine. We got the war going on. How can we help the Ukraine? How can we help the suffering people through NFTs? How? I mean, we have some people that we're in contact with on Twitter, but how are we going to help the suffering people? A lot going on, but I am grateful. I am appreciative to be alive after all that we've been through. You think, you know, times are tough now. Just think back. Those were tough times. A table full of drugs. And you want to tell me we can't do this or we can't do that? No. We're out of time. We've been suffering enough with the suffering, and now it's time for be in the receptive mode. Thank you for the siren. My favorite song. This COVID story crushed Nepal. And our NFTs are going to act as expedition passes, because there's 4 camps. After you get to base camp, there's 4 camps, and it costs about 10 grand each to go from base camp to camp 1, camp 2, camp 3, and camp 4. 10 grand each. So those tokens, which will become tradable assets for those expeditions, after you've made it, you come back down. Now you sell your token to someone else, get your return on investment, and the cycle continues. Same thing we're going to do with the homeless shelters, Walt, people in Nepal, and the Ukraine. How this... So we struggled through COVID, and now they want us to fight this war that we're looking right at in the face of World War III. Not acceptable. So inhale, exhale. Gratitude. Look at this day. It's beautiful. Here comes the ferry. We'll just meditate on that a little bit. And the bells, the church bells, of course, they're only ringing when someone has passed away. So please pray for the Ukraine. Like, subscribe, leave comments, join us in the Discord. It'll all be down there in the description. Meditate more. We love you all. Namaste.